and welcome to a special program called Cricket Predicta. What a day it was for KL Rahul. It was revenge, it was redemption, and yes, it was a resurgent time for one of the best known touch class player of this generation, KL Rahul. Yes, some people got it wrong, some people got it right, but he's here to make it a point. And what a handshake it was with his former employer, Mr. Goenka. Of course, it got trending. But again, led by Rahul and former teammate Abhishek Purel on the ever dependable Akshar Patel, Delhi Capitals chased down 160 with authority. It was a clinical 8 wicket win that exposed LSG's middle order, especially with Rishabh Pant's surprise demotion to number 7. Yes, not quite playing off. In fact, a lot of expert cricketers are asking about the way Rishabh Pant has been handled. Remember, MS Dhoni, when Pune Super Giants was there, was also handled in that way by the same owner, Mr. Goenka. Of course, Steve Smith at that point of time was leading the charge. There was also tinkering with the batting order, and therefore MS Dhoni had the worst possible 2 years. Of course, that was past. It's the crucial time for today in the SRH table with just 2 wins. Yes, we are talking about 2 wins. But before we get on to any other discussion, let's get the man with data, drama, and stories and stats, Paul Dinette. Paul, welcome to the show. The LSG middle order last night seemed to have posing a big concern to the team. What is your opinion as we move ahead in this tournament?
Yeah, it was a night to forget for LSG, unfortunately. Strange sort of performance by them, insipid, which has been different to how they've been playing. They've been playing pretty well up till now. Their top order is definitely their strength. Mitchell Marsh and Aidan Markram and obviously Nicholas Purin. I was calling for Abdul Samad to bat higher, so I was delighted when he came out at number 4, and really disappointed when he actually didn't produce. You know, it's one of these things, you call for something to happen and then it happens and it doesn't go the way you thought. But I would like to see them still doing that. You know, one failure doesn't mean that having him higher up the order is not a good idea. Tell him to go up the order, bat with freedom, pretend that it is right at the end and that he's got a license to swing from the hilt. I wasn't displeased with Miller batting above Pant either, giving him an opportunity. It was strange for Rishabh Pant to bat so low down the order, and maybe it was just one of these things. And the fact that he got out off just the second ball, it was the last ball of the innings. I don't think you can read too much into that. And you've also got to give credit to Mukesh Kumar and acknowledge that the reverse swing's playing a part, and I think that Saliva is having an impact. But all in all, just a night to forget for LSG. They can come back bigger and better than this, but forget tonight. Forget last night, I should say.
Paul, I'm sure you enjoyed last night's match and KL Rahul's batting. What do you make up of comeback kind of an inning with shots all across the ground? And of course, winning against your former team. How does it feel, your views?
Well, that must have been a really pleasurable experience for DC fans when KL walked out to bat. I think they would have just had a feeling of comfort, of just knowing that this is the right man for this situation. I remember reading Rod Marsh, the Australian wicketkeeper, saying that's how he used to feel when Greg Chappell came out to bat. Now, I know, Sunil, you've got some strong thoughts about Greg Chappell, the coach, but as a batter, he inspired that feeling of, everything's going to be okay. And that's exactly how I felt about KL Rahul last night. The situation meant that he didn't have to go too fast too early. He just was in cruise control the whole way through, accelerated away nicely, and it was a command performance. And, you know, what's he averaging into the 60s this year with a strike rate that's more than decent. I think it's about 150. So a masterclass and a superior performance from KL Rahul.
Paul, you remember we spoke before the tournament that DC is looking one of the most compact team of the season. In fact, I went ahead and put my hand up and said, against the popular belief that RCB and Delhi Capitals are looking much more favored than the entire 17 years. And it's proving it to be right. What do you think of this resurgent times for both the teams?
Yeah, I think they are. I mean, it doesn't need an enormous improvement to really make a difference in the IPL because the teams are so close. I mean, last year when I was there in Delhi, there was the feeling that Delhi were just shy of the mark. As it turned out, although they didn't make the playoffs, they finished equal in points with teams that did make the playoffs, so they weren't far away. But, you look at the high-profile signings, obviously Cale Rowell and Mitchell Starc are both match winners, so, yeah, absolutely fantastic. The fact that they've been missing Faf du Plessis from injury and it hasn't really made too much of an impact shows how well they're doing. I think Vipraj Nigam and Ashutosh Sharma are two really excellent inclusions into their side. I think we're going to see more from both of those players as they get more opportunities as the tournament wears on. I also think that Karan Nair coming into the side has been an unexpected bonus. And I think that Kuldeep Yadav, even though he was fantastic last season, I think he's even bowling better this season. So, yeah, they certainly do look a complete side, but, things can change. We saw at the end of last year's IPL that there were rapid changes right towards the end. Even though Delhi are doing fantastically now, let's just see how they go, but they are looking very good.
Well, with this, we also welcome Sharandeep Singh, the former off-spinner of the team, of the Indian cricket team, and also the former selector. Well, Sharandeep, welcome to the show. We're enjoying your commentary and it's got to be very bang on the money. MI is coming off to 3 consecutive wins in the last 3 games. What is your opinion? Is their current form going to be any way getting them back into the contention, or it was just a flash in the pan kind of an experience?
In Hyderabad, SRH versus Mumbai Indians, and if we see SRH having the upper hand in their home soil against MI, even though we know MI is playing a very good cricket, last 3 games they've been convincingly. Rohit Sharma scoring runs, Bumrah is getting wickets too also. So two of the main players are doing really well. But SRH, they won only 2 games in 7 matches. So all the both games they win at their home. So they have the advantage of their home conditions. And it's very important for Abhishek Sharma. That he continues with his good form. Travis Head wants to chips in also. Klassen, Nitish Reddy, all 4-5 big batters, especially Shan Kishan after scoring 100 in his first game. His bat haven't spoke much, so today is the time that they have the home advantage. So give back some to your Orange Army, which they are supporting you a lot all the time. So hope for the best, and hopefully we gonna see the very good clash today versus SRH versus Mumbai Indians today in stadium. So let's guys enjoy the game, play your best, and give the crowd what they are coming for. Give them a good cricket match today.
SRH has had a slightly upper hand over MI, especially at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium in Hyderabad. Are they in a position to take home advantage of this game? Remember, this is the same SRH team that was looking threatening and ominous in the first 2 games and suddenly lost the steam, just like a pure soda bottle.
So today we are going to talk about MI versus SRH game, and MI is winning all their last 3 games with convincingly. The batters start scoring runs. Bowlers start getting wickets also. They're playing a very good cricket, especially the Rohit Sharma in the last game we saw. The way he batted, the way he come back, and especially Jasprit Bumrah, the main backbone of Mumbai Indians bowling attack. He's back after the injuries and looking very good for Mumbai Indians. So yeah, it's a big concern for the SRH today, how they can tackle Mumbai Indians today, because their current form is very good. Mumbai Indians, especially Jasprit Bumrah, he chips in. Trent Bolt looks very good. Deepak Chahar, he's good with the new ball, getting wickets for them also. So that's a huge challenge for SRH, because Mumbai Indians are coming really strong. So let's hope for the best today's game. Let's see what strategy SRH make today to stop unbeaten Mumbai Indians from last 3 games. Yeah.
Well, Stanley, when you look at it historically, Mumbai Indians have dominated 14 wins of their 24 matches. Will it give them an extra confidence coming into this game, especially against the SRH?
For Mumbai, there is no better source of confidence than the current state of affairs. And the current state of affairs is such that out of their last 5 matches, they've won 3. And those 3 have been on the trot. Different source and different scenario for SRH. The last 5 matches, they have won 1. So the confidence for SRH in today's match is that they're playing at home. Conditions they know all too well, and conditions where they have a proven track record of being able to score big scores. This is exactly the sort of confidence builder that they need, and it comes in the surface that they all know too well. When you look at the trophy case, of the Mumbai Indians, one could easily say They are the Chicago Bulls under Michael Jordan, but the only difference for me is that Rohit Sharma is still playing. A massive record over SRH, 14 wins. You know, they would look to try and maintain that, but for them, importantly, is to try and get that fourth victory in on the trot. I think that would mean a lot more, especially for how the season has gone for them so far. We know how they go about things. This is exactly the Mumbai of old that we know. So it's, in essence, for me, it's pretty much in summary, an old school versus the new line of thinking, as it were, the new school line of thinking, as it were. SRH, you can't take it away from them. They've made a massive impact, especially just from last season alone. They've made a massive, massive impact in how the trend in terms of how to go about batting in this IPL has gone. I think teams are now starting to shape their teams along the lines of that line of thinking with regards to how SRH go about their business, their fearless, aggressive nature of batting. So coming in today's match, I think the more important aspect for Mumbai Indians, especially with also on top of that the timely return of Bumrah, will be trying to get as many wins, and starting with today, getting that fourth one on the trot.
Now let's look at the SRH team. Yes, that's the second question, Stanley. Has the mighty fallen? Has the title contender, who look in a big resurgent form, looking down in the game, especially with their batting prowess, suddenly they look out in the woods?
For me, it's not a holistic change for SRH, but I think they need to pick up the trends. Look at what other teams are doing, that you could make subtle changes and improve in your own performance. You don't have to take out the aggressive nature, but I think it's more to do with who can still maintain that aggressive nature and who can make subtle changes. And why I mean subtle changes, in the sense that look at other teams around with regards to batting. Okay, GT, for example, Shubman Gill, Sai Sudarshan, right? When you go to Delhi Capitals, you've got Rahul. When you go to KKR, Ajinkya Rahane. When you go to Rajasthan Royals, Jaiswal. Why am I mentioning these names? These names are people or players who have become an anchor in their batting lineup. So SRH, who's taken up that role? Last season, Travis Head and Abhishek. This season, pretty much the top order has faltered, but it's not just the top order, so we can't blame the top order. The middle order hasn't fired as well. Klassen, his highest score to date is 35. And then you look at Nitish Reddy, he's averaging 21. Ishan Kishan came to the party, big 100, then after that, faltered. So who is going to take the responsibility as an anchor? That one person who when they're scoring on the day, they have to go big so that everybody bats around them. They need to find that anchor in their batting lineup. They're all playing the same brand. Everybody's going helter-skelter. But you need to know when it's working. You need to know when it's not working. And you don't need the whole season to go about it and realize it's not working. They're in a position where they can score runs. Yes, today is a different story. I think everybody can afford to go helter-skelter because they're good batting conditions. But now teams have realized this weakness on you. Up and above that, their bowling has just not gone according to plan. Okay, their bowling this season has been pretty average. Shami has come into the team. He's averaging 52. Pat Cummins, shades of his former glory, is on 36. Spinners have the least wickets and they have the worst economy in the IPL season so far. So when your bowling is not going on so well, the only other option you have is to put runs on the board. And you can only put runs on the board when you do have an anchor. They need to take shades. They need to take examples of what other teams are doing and how other batsmen are willing to take the anchor role in the batting lineup to make sure that there's a formidable score and or a defendable total at the end of the day. Runs on the board.
Well, there was no Stanley Chiyoza, the former Zimbabwean player and the current coach in Dubai. We're also welcoming SRH supporter and someone who's played for India, Noel David. Again, another off spinner. Noel, welcome to the show. The chasing side have won 46 games of the total 81 IPL games at the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium in Hyderabad. Which team has a stronger batting lineup to chase down and big target comfortably at the stadium?
Hi Sunil, I think this is going to be a good batting contest. It's not going to be a batting bowling contest, but batting contest, because this wicket is such a beauty to bat on. As at home in Opal Stadium in Hyderabad, it has always favored the batting team who has batted there. Whether it's first or whether it's second, it's always been a batting track all the way throughout the IPL season last year, and I think it will be the same this year also. I feel any team which bats second does have a chance to win the game, because they know what they are chasing on this wicket, because the ground is small. To be very honest, it's not so big where you have to clear the ground. Yeah, even if you just time it and you know that you have got passed over the longer field, and then it's a six, you see. So I think batting second is favorable here. That's what Sunrisers has done last game, where Abhishek Sharma took this game away. But I feel that batting is Mumbai has a better batting unit, because they have Rohit Sharma, who's back into form. You see, at last it's nice to see him getting that 70-odd run. Tilak Verma is there. Surya Kumar Yadav got a 50. They have Rickleton there. They have a great side, you see, where it comes to their batting. But here I feel that it all depends on Trevor Head, Abhishek Sharma, Ishan Kishan, Nitish Kumar Reddy, all this. But if the opening pair doesn't give a start, then there's a collapse in between. So I feel that Mumbai Indians does have a very solid batting side, plus the bowling also. So I feel that Mumbai Indians stand an edge over SRH at home. It all depends how SRH is going to give them a fight.
Well, the top order looks to be back in the form for Mumbai Indians. Do you think with Rohit Sharma making that absolute 50, do you think Mumbai's batting order is now falling into place? Your views?
Of course, Mumbai Indians have a very solid batting attack with Rohit Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav, Tilak Verma, Hardik Pandya. They have Naman there. They have Wills Jack. You name them, they have it. Yes, unfortunately, they were not able to click in the initial part of the IPL, but they are getting there. They have been winning matches. They have won 3 out of 3 now at present, and they are looking for this one also. I think they stand a big chance against SRH if they bat very well, because this is a batting strip in Hyderabad. Tilak is from Hyderabad. He will know how the wicket plays. It will favor the batsman whether you bat first or whether you bat second. The team always wins if you have that bowling side which can restrict the opposition when you bowl second. Then I think Mumbai Indians will stand an outside chance to win this game, because they have Bumrah, they have Hardik Pandya, they have Trent Bolt. They have the spinners with them. Karan Sharma is there. So I think Mumbai is a better side than SRH at present, because I don't see SRH having that bowling. They may be having the batting, but they're not being consistent. 1 out game they are clicking, but that's not enough. As a team, you have to be consistent to win, whether it's on home ground or whether it's away. If you want to play on the home ground and win all the time, it's not going to favor. You have to win even outside. But I don't think with this team and this bowling attack, they can never win against Mumbai Indians, because they have to bat very strong to beat Mumbai Indians.
Well, there you had it. You had 4 of the best voices of the game talking about not only the game of cricket, the stats, the stories, and the data, and the drama. Well, this is Sunil Yash Kalla signing off from the Marbella Resorts in Sharjah and saying goodbye.